Hello there! Core Night Gains here, and yes, I probably look like crap and I probably have bags under my eyes. Reason for that is that, if you know, I work irregular hour shift work. So there's shift work and then there's irregular shift work. A lot of you are going, hey, what's the difference? Shift work is like, hey, it's a set time each day for maybe 4 days, and then you switch the shift up to like a morning routine or a night routine. Mine is a little bit similar, but say the 2 days beforehand I was doing like 12:34 start, and then straight away they did a 7:10 start, and I finished at like well, I was able to get home at like 3 in the morning, so this morning actually. So at the moment it is 11:41. I basically got up at 10 a.m. in the morning, you know, where you kind of wake up and you're just like, look, this is probably the best recovery I'm going to get. I'm not probably going to go back to sleep because the sun's up, and yeah, I've got a 12-hour turnaround, so I've got to be back at work pretty soon. Actually, I've got to be back at work at 4 p.m. the Savo, so still got some time to kill. So making this video right now. So basically, this video is about what we can quickly get done when we've got 12-hour turnarounds, and also as well hitting some other pointers and some other stuff as well, just to help with your gym and fitness journey, okay? So please join me as we do this, and I do apologize if I do look exhausted, because let's be honest, I am. I think the only thing keeping me together is pre-workout I've just took about 20 minutes ago. But basically, I got up at 10 o'clock, had my protein powder in oats, and I've had that, and then I straight away got into getting the washing on, getting the dishwashing on, because the wife and son, they're already at daycare, they're already out, and basically vacuuming and mopping the floors, as well as feeding the guinea pigs and just doing little tidy stuff as the pre-workout kicks in. So we're going to get straight into this. Today is arms. As you do know that normally my training split is Monday is back day, Tuesday's chest, and Wednesday is legs. We're not going to really hit any upper body when we do leg day. Like, I know some people try to do like add something in or incorporate something in. No, just plain legs, and normally it's just going to be looking at 2 exercises when I train legs. What will be the leg extension and pretty much hamstring curls. If you know why I don't do squats anymore, probably because I had a disc bulge a while back, and the risk versus reward, it just doesn't work. And if I'm getting the same effect, look, I find other ways to hit the glutes, but if I'm just really aiming for that for the quad and hamstrings, really those 2 exercises you can focus on and get the most out of it. And I've been noticing an increase as well as a nice tone when it comes to legs, okay? Thursday is shoulders. We really hit shoulders hard because I love shoulders. It just seems to be that one exercise that just, like that one body group that just clicks really well as back. Anyway, let's get into arms. I'm talking too much, so let's get into it and start this off. So first off, we are going to be doing alternating bicep curls. Now, there are different grips when doing bicep curls. Of course, you've got your hammer curls as well as your open palm grip. Today, we're just going to be doing the start of the hammer curl, where you actually start in this position to get a stretch in the biceps, as well as bringing it up in that position. So we start basically in this hand position, but then we go into a palm up position. I do prefer the palm up position, but I find this is a lot more easier, especially when you are fatigued. You just, like, if you're in the situation I am. So I've got about some 20 kgs here right next to me. I think that's 55 lbs. Please correct me, any Americans out there. I'm just doing this at the top of my head. Brain is a bit fuzzy, but I'm going to get into it. So straight here, shoulders back, chest out proud, and then bringing it up. And we're kind of aiming, when we bring the weight up into this point, we're kind of aiming for the palm to be on the outside of the shoulder. We're not really going to be hitting any major heavy weights today because we are really fatigued from lack of sleep, but we are getting something done, and it's better to do something than nothing at all. We are trying to keep that arm, the top part of the arm, vertical with the floor. We aren't trying to bring the arm fully forward. And we are trying to keep up straight. We're aiming for about 16 reps. Okay, so key points are we're mainly hinging there. The whole point is to keep your shoulders back, and you've got to kind of dig your elbows into your sides. Next thing, you don't want to be bringing the weight up like that. As soon as we do that, we're getting more tension in the front deltoid and not much in the bicep what we're hitting, okay? So we should be really, most maximum is probably about that. So you can get that full contraction. We don't want to go out here, we want to be, that's the most, forward. If you're going any more forward than that, well, I'm sorry, but you're probably using more shoulder than actual bicep to get it up, okay? Now, when you heard me talking while I was actually exercising, I said about the palm. Now, you're probably going, what do you mean by that? So, instead of your hand going here, when bringing the weight up, we're actually going to aim outwards here. See the difference? So from here to here. Now, if you bring it out to the outside here of the shoulder and your palm's like this, you're going to get more of a squeeze in there. You're going to feel more of a contraction, okay? Your bicep will only stop here, but if you go out there, you can kind of get that extra couple of mils, couple of centimeters in to get more of a contraction, more of a squeeze, and really hit that bicep. So I'm just going to check. I think I did 16 reps, wasn't counting, but our goal today is to get 3 sets of 16 out with the 20 kg each side, and then we'll do something for triceps, okay? So join me as we do the next set. So with rest period though, we're going to be looking at about 2 to 3 minutes. Reasons for that is, now I know strength training is about 5 minutes, hypertrophy is normally about 2 minutes, and endurance training is normally about 30 seconds to a minute. But because we're doing a decent weight, we're adding the fact in that we are listening to our body, to the fact that we are still very fatigued and we're still kind of creaky. If you work night shift, you know the next day you are very like creaky and all that. That's why I like to do the house clean, because it warms up the body and it gets everything active and basically you're limber again. So take that on, okay, if you do night shift. Always clean the house first before you, or mow the yard or something. Do something that's going to move the body a bit and get it ready for lifting weights. Because trust me, waking up straight away and lifting heavy weights, if you had the perfect sleep, yeah, doable. When you haven't, yeah, you're gonna feel it. So yeah. Okay, so while I'm between sets, I'm just going to talk about what I have for breakfast, and this is basically what I eat majority every day. I know, very boring, unless me and the wife and the son are going out for breakfast. But basically, I have of course, I'm lactose intolerant. I have ancient grains, just normal Uncle Toadies. I prefer these ones because it's got more fiber in it. And then I take, and I know it's got milk in it, but it's lactose free. This stuff hasn't upset my tummy at all. I was trying a lot of different brands of lactose free, and it's basically a trial error because everyone's different, everyone reacts differently. So this is what I use, and I take about 1 scoop of that with it, and then I mix it up with almond milk, and then I put honey. I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then I put honey on top. I don't really measure it, I just get a gauge that, hey look, fill maybe half the bowl up with oats and then just use the normal 1 scoop. You're getting about 40 grams of protein right there with the almond milk included. Now, these other things I have. Metamucil. I take this 3 times a day, preferably after a meal, because I work shift work, and any shift workers out there know that it is important to go to the toilet regularly because doing shift work, your gut doesn't really sometimes respond well to sleeping at different times and not having that proper schedule. So this will keep you regular. Trust me, you can drink as much water as possible, sometimes on night shift, and you will still be dehydrated. It just happens. Next, I'm going to talk about this. Now, this is what I've I take, it's Emerald Labs, and basically I get this from my sub store over the counter. It's basically, you know how it's just those herbs all mixed up and all that to try and it says increased testosterone, but I believe it just pretty much just helps if it increased testosterone, basically your own production of testosterone. This is basically helpful for me because I think this just keeps me to the normal average line of testosterone. I don't know, it could be just that placebo effect, basically just that you're taking it, but it's better taking something than not taking anything at all. This is it here. It's just over the counter stuff. They've actually stopped making this now, so because it wasn't selling that well, many people were not buying it. I guess due to the increases of like other fitness influencers promoting like their own brands. That could be the reason why it didn't sell that much, or it could be the hike in steroid use throughout the fitness community. Because why would you take herbal stuff just to be on a regular standard of testosterone when you could take steroids? But for people like me who, wife, kid, I want to live as long as possible and not have, and really I don't have time for, as you can see from my busy schedule, I really don't have time to have, be getting blood tests all the time and checking if the stuff is good. Because I actually had to talk to someone who was originally on it. I do want to make a video on it. Someone who actually took it, and the amount of stuff they have to do on the side, I was just like, man, I don't have time for that. I've got hobbies. I've got like my son and all that. This is all sounds risky. Hell no. But I've moved to this stuff, and it's a powder, and thank God it was cheaper. It was only 35 Australian. So yeah, very good when you're on a budget, because I am saving up for my holiday in September on that cruise. First actual holiday. Longer than 2 days at like a resort or something like that. So first actual holiday where it's like longer than a week. So this is exciting. This has been like 7 years, well, more than 7 years for me. Not sure about the wife, but we've been together for about 7 to 8 years, and yeah, we've never actually been on that type of long holiday. And it's good because we'll have the void. But this is what I'm taking now. It's just an herbal one, and it's a powder. And apparently people do not like to buy the powders because it's extra steps. You have to put it in water and then drink it instead of just taking the tablet. So I don't know how that one extra step makes things go cheaper, but apparently it is. People are just getting lazier these days. Anyway, let's get back into it. And yes, I did know I was wearing the Doomslayer helmet, if anyone picked that up beforehand. And yes, it's very hard to breathe in it, hence why you can hear my breathing heavily throughout doing that set.
Two more. One more. Woo!
Yeah, that last set was a little bit rocky in the last reps, but we now know that we've actually hit, we were achieving something, because remember what I say in the last couple of reps, the 4 or 6 last reps, especially if you're doing high reps like 16 reps, and you start seeing that technique going down by 20 or 30%, you know that you are achieving something. So next week it's going to be better. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with that. We didn't really go that far. Probably the most we did was that far. And that's okay. We're still getting tension, we're still getting something, and we were doing it over a long period of time because like the amount of reps that we're doing and everything like that. But yeah, I was happy with it going that far forward. As I said, anything far forward from there to there, you kind of are having that issue of like ranking it. It was really in the last 4 reps, we did see a bit of rocking, but basically we were still strong for those 3 sets, what I was happy with. Now we're going to move on to triceps. Now triceps is one of those ones for me, it's a little bit painful for the first set because I've had injuries on the triceps, but when it comes to the second set, I'm bright as rain. So yeah, we're going to get this done and then see how we are afterwards, and we might get a 3rd exercise done. But really, getting 2 exercises, just hitting one for the biceps and one for the triceps after having that having a 12-hour turnaround and being fatigued is better than doing nothing at all, okay? Yes, we could have had a rest day today and train tomorrow. The only problem is that tomorrow, I've already got plans and set, and I want to spend as much time with my son because I took annual leave tomorrow because originally I was meant to be working I think 8 or 9 days straight, but I took tomorrow off so the wife could go out and do some stuff. I think one of her family members has a birthday, so she can go to that while I watch our son. And yeah, but basically you got to find what works for you, because doing this type of stuff, even though you think it's not doing anything, it's better than doing nothing, and also as well, it is doing something, okay? We're working on repetitions. We're working on training under fatigueness. So when we are fully recovered, like from actual proper sleep and everything like that, we're probably going to notice that we're going to be doing a lot more. So sometimes when you are just having that lack of sleep, sometimes the reps are just better than going up the weight, okay? That's what works for me. It's different for everyone else. Just remember that, okay? Just because I say something doesn't mean this is it. That's life's code or anything like that, okay? Everyone's body is formatted differently, okay? So take that into mind. So we are doing triceps extension. I'm using the V bar, okay? Not a fan of the rope because one, just puts a lot of strain in other areas, and also as well, you're not really focusing on contracting the muscle, you're also focusing on your grip as well. What is also a positive, I'm not shitting on it, but for me, I feel like this works really well. And also as well, we're doing it with 35 kg. Normally we'd be going about 40 kg for 16 reps, but because it is, we'll see how we go after this first set. But because it's just the way, you know, with the shitload, with the less sleep and all that, we don't want to aggravate old injuries that I've had. So, and also as well, I've noticed in the gym, the actual like commercial gyms, this weight feels a lot more lighter. Don't know what this is. This is a very humbling machine. I don't know why. I think it's because of the system, the pulley system in it, as well as the fact that it's up higher. So we're gonna have, when we do it, we're gonna squeeze those back shoulders back. We're gonna be leaning like a little bit forward, hinging at the hips, having one leg forwards, chest out proud. And we're really just aiming at keeping that top part of the arm straight. So when we bring it down, so from the side, we should be about like this. We don't really want to bring that arm too far forward. We want to have it here locked into our sides, and when we bring it down, we should be on that out. So out here, you can see it tenses, okay? We're getting full extent. So when I bring it down, I'm really going down for that hard squeeze at the bottom. And then when I'm going up, I'm allowing, the wrist will roll a little bit at the top, but we're allowing that little bit of it so we can stretch the tricep area here, okay? So I think that was 16 reps. I'll check the video, but I don't think we'll go up the weight today. As said, it's better to do something than nothing. And really we can focus on form and technique when it comes to this exercise, because sometimes weight, yes, it plays a part, but you need the other parts as well to actually feel the muscle contraction. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we did go up the weight to 37.5. So we've done an increase of 2.5. What's about 1.5 each side? What's pretty good? 1.25, sorry, kg. Okay. You know what, we'll probably go to 40 kg in total with the next set. I feel like the triceps are getting warmed up now, and I feel like they're good. They just take about 1 or 2 sets to finally feel like they can actually do the weight. Yeah. Anyway, join me as we do the next set. So we've gone up the weight to about 40 kg. So let's get into it. So yeah, that felt pretty good. Okay, I lied. I'm going to do an extra set because it felt good with the last one. We've increased the weight by 1.25 each side, so that's 42.5 kilos. Wait, 1.25 each side. Yep, that's 42.5 kilos. These small little jumps is what adds up in the end. And I just realized I actually got rid of the attachment beforehand because I was going to do something.
Yay! It's always good when you try to push yourself a little bit.
Okay, this next exercise for biceps is going to be a bit weird because one, you're thinking, hang on, that's a lat exercise. But just hold on a second, okay? Because Mike Mensa, I do kind of like follow some of his routines and all that. I do enjoy some of his theories and that. Mike Mensa saw a lot of gymnasts with really big biceps. This is even going to the female gymnasts as well. They had like basically amateur bodybuilding biceps. And he was just like, hey, he actually asked, what do you do for biceps? Because you're clearly not doing weight training. You're doing something, and they go, chin-ups. Chin-ups, like just doing chin-ups. And when he said, like, when you do it, you're focusing on just bringing that down with the chin-up. So, we're going to do a close grip on bar. Now, we do have a chin-up bar outside, but this, we can just really focus and squeeze, okay? So, we're going to get into the position. We've got about 80 kg. Okay, so we're really emphasizing. So we're not trying to activate the lats. We're really emphasizing on just bringing the bar down with just sheer bicep only. Okay? Okay, just taking the helmet off for this one because I felt like the horns were stopping me, like the helmet was stopping me from going full range of motion up, and I was a bit worried of actually hooking it behind the horns at one stage. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to focus on it. So bringing it in. So instead of like that, having your arms out like that, you're kind of bringing them in like this, and you're really going to be emphasizing on the squeeze. Okay, one more set. Okay, we got the last set of these. So what I've noticed is you're kind of bringing it out more into the front, because as soon as you have like the shoulders a bit backwards and you're bringing it more in here, your lats get more activated. So we need to have that more brought forward. So we'll bring it down kind of like this. So it's very hard to get it right, but once you get it right, you do feel the huge difference. So let's get into it. One more. And that basically finishes our training session today. So we did 3 exercises, but we did a lot of reps at the first 2. And for that last one, we were working on form and technique. I hope this helps you if you're training, and as always, keep on training.